on your notebook paper, you have just written down question 1, and please at the top put F5 of your notebook paper and copy the exact problem. 3x minus 2y equals 7. Those of you, if you got it, again, like I said, I might be asking you to kind of help the people that you're sitting by. Here's the first thing I see on your paper. You need both equations, so you have to have both of them. So, those of you that said, yep, I had question 1 done, stand up. So, you're going to be my people to make sure that if they didn't, everyone else that didn't have question 1 done, you're going to make sure you help them and make sure they have everything written down. Because some of you like to, not write everything that I'm doing up here. So, you're going to kind of be able to help if you need. First thing we had to do was we were looking at this. If I was doing the question, Ayad, what do we have to do? We have to circle something, right? Circle what our variable is equal to. Which one? So you can kind of help the people next to you. You guys can help people and move around. Ayad, which one are we circling?
3x minus 11.
3x minus 11. First thing I know, my answer has to be xy. Please put this next to yours, right? Please circle what I did and keep going. So, in number 1, if I am rewriting this, if those of you that are helping me, Amber, you want to help me? What am I going to do?
3x minus 2 times 3x minus 11.
So we went to this equation, and the only thing I didn't use was the y. So if you need to move out of their way so that they can see, but you got to kind of help people if you're not. You're writing. Okay, so right up here. This is why I'm needing you to keep working on, okay? On your notebook paper is where we're doing this, please. Not in your workbook, on your notebook paper. Everyone's doing these on the notebook paper because you can hand the notebook paper in to me, and there's plenty of room for your work. So, next question here is, I have this minus, and some of you will make this mistake. This is plus negative 2 plus negative 11, okay? So, changing those subtraction to plus and negative, okay? You guys can keep moving around the room and seeing if people aren't writing or if they need help, okay? So, I am looking at this one, and I'm going to rewrite it as 3x, and I am now distributing. So please put that arrow. Negative 2x, as we are looking at that. Okay? I am taking negative 2 times 3x, which gives me what as I am looking at it, cousin? Negative 2 times 3x. Negative 6x. Okay? My next step that I am multiplying, Jared, is I'm taking negative 2 times negative 11.
22.
Plus 22 equals 7. I need to get rid of the 22. If I'm getting rid of the 22, Cameron, what do I have to do to get rid of positive 22? I need to subtract 22. Oh, but I have these two like terms here, 3x minus 6x. I'm adding those together. As I add those together, what am I looking at, Maddox? 3x plus negative 6x.
3x.
I'm looking at 3x. Positive 3x or negative 3x? Negative. This is positive 3 plus negative 6. That gives me a negative 3x. Biggest mistake I saw, a lot of you put negative 5 here because you thought, oh, I'm adding these two, and even if you add a negative and a positive, it wouldn't be. But I get negative 3x equals negative 15. I'm not done with the problem. What do I have to do, Carson, if I'm looking at this?
Divide with negative 3 both sides.
Yes. This is how much room. This is why I did not want you to put your number 2. Keep going. Because at this point, I have only solved for x, and I got x equals 5. Those of you that are standing, thank you. You're going to sit down. If you look at question 1, I'm not done. So, Jonathan, I got to pick an equation. Which one looks super easy to find y that says y equals? First or second? Second one. So I'm going to write the second equation. Please write that second equation down. Right below this x equals 5. I'm going to put y equals, we're going to put 3x minus 11. Once I have written that, 3x minus 11, what am I replacing x with? 5. So I'm going to go, oh, y equals 3 times 5 minus 11. 15 minus 11. so I have both these circled, but my final answer goes back up here to 5, 4. Okay? As you are looking at these, I want to pick one more question that we would do together. Yes, Kaiser. What's that? I will scroll down. So I want to pick one more that we can take variable equals in number 5. The y minus 6. So please circle y minus 6. That's what we are replacing the x with. So Josh, we're going to start writing, and I'm going to put what in that second equation? I'm going to write 6x. Do I want to put 6x, or do I want to replace the x? What do you think, Josh?
Replace it.
Replace it. That's going to be my parentheses. So this is the parentheses. What should I put in that parentheses, Josh?
Y
Y.
minus 6.
You got it. Brad, we're going to keep going. What else do I have to have behind 6x? Because this is really 6x. What else do I need to have? Minus what?
Oh,
3y, and then equals negative 9. Those of you check with the people up in front too to make sure they're writing everything. Good. So as we are taking a look, we are now using our distributive property. Maddox, as we use that distributive property, I don't know if you want to change your minuses or not, but help me out. What are you going to do?
6y minus 36.
6y minus 36. I got a negative minus 3y over here, minus 3y, and negative 9. I got like terms there. So when I take a look at that, I can either add these like terms, or I can go, you know what, I gotta get rid of negative 36. Autumn, how do I get rid of negative 36? Plus, or add it, right? So I can add 36 to both sides. Okay? Once I have added 36, Kira, on this side, what happens when I add 6y and minus 3y? I get 3y. I'm going to have 3y left here. These canceled, right? On the other side, what do I have when I add 36 plus or minus 9? I add 27. And I have 27. Oh, this is working out nice, right? You're going to have no decimals. They come out pretty nice. My next step is to do what as I look at it, Carter? 3y equals 27. I'm solving. Divide by 3. The only problem at this point is I've only found y equals 9. And keep in mind, I'm getting two answers, x, y. Biggest mistake people will do at this point, I know it's probably not you doing this, Xander, but they'll go and do this. I know, that's what I think too, Brad. Oh my gosh. Nope, this says y equals, and you just put it in place of x. That's exactly what I'm thinking too. So you have to be very careful, and we are replacing it over here with 9. And now, as I look at it, right, which equation, Morgan, is easiest to tell me what x equals?
X equals y minus 6.
Yeah, x equals y minus 6. And I am going to replace y with 9. So 9 minus 6, and 9 minus 6 means x equals 3. 3 comma 9. If I am looking at that and I put an x here of 3 and I replace that with 9 minus 6, that's true. If I go back to the original second equation, 6 times 3 is 18. Minus 3 times 9 is 27. 18 minus 27 equals negative 9. It checks. Okay? So, this is our second day of substitution. I think after today, hopefully it's going to make better sense. We're going to do only 2 more examples. It says, which student solved this correctly? So I want you to look at the first line. So this student, first of all, didn't circle this. But is that what they are replacing in that equation? It looks like it, right? So if you go to student 1, they put in negative y plus 5, and here they put in negative y plus 5. So did they both do the first step right? Yeah, kind of looks like it. Then we look at what student 2 did and what student 1 did. And they got their answers. They come out to be nice answers. We're like, oh, we did this right, because these are nice numbers. They don't go back and check it. But as I'm looking at it, Cameron, what would you tell me as you look at student 1 to student 2? What did one of them not do? Say it again. So, which one's right, 1 or 2? If you're thinking about it. I want everyone to tell their shoulder partner who you think is right. Do that right now.
Student 2.
So I heard a lot of it. Student 2. What did student 2 do that student 1 didn't do?
Student 1 did.
Student 1 only multiplied these ones. Here we were using the distributive property. So who is correct if we are looking at it? 3, 2 works in both of them. If you plug in this negative 2, 7, and you go to the first one and you go, oh, negative, opposite of negative 2, this works here. It just doesn't work in this one. If I could take 2 times negative 2, that would be negative 4. 3 times 7, that would be 21. There's no way that 21 plus negative 4 equals 12. That's not happening. So it has to work in both equations. It works up here, but this one it doesn't work. It's false. So when you take a look, as you are looking at these next problems, so we are going to do the first one. Everyone circle, so I would look at your paper and I can see what are you solving? Which variable do we know? Please circle it right now. Circle the 1. If you were telling me, Xander, you tell me you circled what in this problem? X plus 3. Once I've circled that in the other problem, please put a parenthesis around the variable that you just said this was equal to. So that means I should put a parenthesis matrix around which variable in the first line? The y or the x?
X.
Do we know what x equals or do we know what y equals? We know y equals. So we're going to go back to that first one and put a parenthesis here. Okay? We are now taking this first equation and we are writing. As we do that, Ivy, start me off.
2x plus 2 times 3, or 2 times x plus 3 equals 3.
Where that parenthesis, put that in. Once I have done that, I'm going to be looking at distributing. If I am distributing, Brady, could you tell me what I'm going to get when I distribute?
2x times 6.
2x plus 6 equals my 38. I have to get the x's alone. So how do I get rid of 6, Brad? Minus 6. Josh, once we have minus 6 from both sides of the equation, 38 minus 6 leaves me with
32.
32. Equaling how many x's though, Josh?
4x.
4x. Some of you might not like to do that subtraction in that step. You could add these first and then subtract. Ayad, what do I need to divide by to solve? 4, not the x, right? Just 4. So I get my solution. Keep in mind, we are looking at an x and a y. I get x is equal to, as I'm solving this one, I should have, Kira, 8. I'm going to put that here. Next step. What's that? All the way through, we had just x's. Okay? So yeah, it's going to be important that you can recognize if yours is x. Some of your x's, I agree, they look like a y, but be really careful. All right, so now, help me out, Xander. What do I want to do to find y? Which equation looks easier? First one or second one? Second one. So if we are going to that second equation, y equals, what am I writing down, Xander?
Y equals x plus 3.
I could go x plus 3, but do we know what x equals that we can replace it with?
8 plus 3.
8. So we can go 8 plus 3, and 8 plus 3 means y equals 11. 8/11. Okay? Keeping the parentheses. Please, let's start that next one. As I'm starting out, Ben, what should I be circling? Yes. Guys, and where would I put my parenthesis in the first problem? Around the X or around the Y? Which one? The X is what I had just solved for. So that's, this thing here is what we're putting in place of X. So if I do that, and this is where I think the problem was yesterday, I mean, the substitution is hard the first few times you see it. So it's okay, that's why we're gonna be working this today. So 2 times 2y plus 12 equals, as I'm looking at it, Amy, what? So we just replaced the X. What else do I need for this first equation? I still need to have plus
Y.
Yeah?
-1.
Yes. Distribute. Check with your shoulder partner, please. Work I did here, I did it wrong, and this is probably one of the big mistakes that I'll have people make. They'll go, oh yeah, 4, and then they forget to take this. This shouldn't be 12, right? This should be 24. How do I get rid of 24? Minus 24 on both sides.
You're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting?
Adding the 2y.
I'm going to add that in this next step. So I'm going to put 4y plus 1y and put 5y here. Could I have done it as you are suggesting? Could I have written after this step 5y plus 24 equals -1? That works too. Okay. Then I can subtract 24. Both ways, I'm going to get 5y equals -25, correct? I am now dividing by 5, and y equals -5. Again, a lot of you just like to put the first thing down, so again, the biggest mistake I'll have is people write -5 here. So this is the one when, nope, it is the y, and yes, this time, Brad, we want to put the y back here as the negative. This one it was x, this one is y, -5. So now I have to decide on which equation, first or second, to find x. Second. Tell me what to write, putting the variable, instead of the variable, putting the number. So start with just -5, I can put x equals -5. What do I want to put first in this equation? X equals what? 2. But instead of the y, we're putting -5. So 2 times -5 plus 12. So right, I get -10 plus 12, and I should get 2. So we are not doing any other ones as in our notes for these. A lot of times in your box, if you want to put your answer, the only thing I would be careful for is that you make sure you put that parenthesis around those. We're not going to do this third one. I want to show you the answer because I always have a few people that have gone ahead and done it. This is one does come out as a decimal. Now most of the ones in your homework tonight are not going to come out as a decimal. You are going to see tonight on the F6 a few more no solutions and infinitely many. But what you are looking at today is what I need. All right. What you do need to do today is I'm going to tell you on the F6. So everyone has to finish F5. On your notebook paper, any of the other ones you haven't done, if you did everything on your workbook, you're going to